Wally Down Studio. Okay, so what up? It's your boy the Liby on Wally Down platform, and welcome to another episode of the Liby's podcast and my new settings. Okay, yeah, the industry has been so hectic, a lot has been happening. By the way, if you're watching me for the first time, click that subscribe button down to be a part of this family, okay? So you can be a part of this whole movement. Join the Molitan WhatsApp group, okay? The link is in the description below. The link is down there, okay? You can click the link down there and you join the WhatsApp group. From there you can contribute. You can reach me directly. You can reach the family directly. There are some decisions that we make when it comes to posting content or the news or breaking down so many stuff or even getting your songs reviewed the way I always do it. So just join the WhatsApp group, okay? You can contribute like fans. That's where fans have a voice, okay? The fans have a voice in that group, so your fans can directly influence everything that is happening, directly give their opinions in that Molitan WhatsApp group. So yeah, if you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, I guess this is a great time for you to join, okay? And if you're watching me for the first time, click that subscribe button down there to become a part of the Molitan family. I know this is the LB's podcast, so if you're watching me for the first time, also click subscribe on this channel to subscribe. Okay, so where did this thing all start from? Where did it start? I'll not be going back to when Kosi said they should ban foreign music from Cameroon, but I'll be going back to when I'll just start it from when he did his life, from when Naira Marley was supposed to come to Cameroon. Because this whole thing, if you want to start piecing where this thing happened, where it is right now, we'll all just be moving like mouse in a treadmill, So from where it started, I'll just break it down from where it started, what Kosi said, who he aimed it at, why I think he aimed it at that person, and why he said that, and who has a point. So Nabil, so same thing with Nabil, okay? Everybody involved in this whole triangle of disrespect, confusion, opinion, and solutions, okay? Because everybody's saying anything in this whole thing happening, like every party involved. The only person that hasn't said shit is Stanley, and I don't think he needs to say anything, because most fans will say he has been disrespected, he needs to reply, he needs to give his own opinion and all that, Let's go back to the person who started this whole thing. Like, this whole thing started when somebody influential, that's Kosi. I think apart from Avero Jess right now in Cameroon, Kosi is the number one artist, he's the number one in Cameroon right now, the person who is setting the trend of hit songs, like dominating the clubs right now. So Naira Marley is supposed to come to Cameroon, okay? A promoter and Napster, they had something, an event, a whole program that they had to bring Naira Marley to Cameroon. Naira Marley is a Nigerian artist. Yeah, that's it. He's a Nigerian artist who penetrated the Cameroon market, and he has a very huge fan base in Cameroon, by the way. So Nabil and somebody are supposed to bring Naira Marley to Cameroon, okay? And this whole show has been like, oh, we bring foreigners to come to Cameroon and get money, and they don't pay local artists that much, and to a certain extent I agree and I disagree, okay? So this whole thing went back to when guys were trying to boycott or cut the Naira Marley show from happening, when they were constantly saying, let's stop bringing these foreign artists in Cameroon. When the whole promotion of this show started, that was a big thing, okay? Comedians were involved, artists were involved, some guys were expressing their dissatisfaction with guys saying they should prevent Nigerian music from playing in Cameroon. DJs were saying they have no choice but to play Nigerian music in Cameroon. All that back and forth, all that shit, Though it has nothing to do with what Kosi said, but this whole thing plays a big role in explaining why this thing is happening, or why this whole confusion is going on right now. Okay, and the organizer who is supposed to bring Naira Marley to Cameroon, he threatened to sue the person spearheading the whole let's prevent bringing foreign artists to Cameroon movement. Okay, like he said, boycott the Joe Boy show and boycott the Naira Marley show. Like, the person who was spearheading all that, he was threatened by the promoter, the person who is supposed to bring Naira Marley to Cameroon, and that whole movement died. Okay, so time went on, and I felt like that whole movement had like a failed that was just like a failed movement. Then Kosi launched his, because that Naira Marley show has some B-list and some A-list artists linked to it, you know, who are supposed to perform. So Kosi now had a work back home party. For most guys who don't know, Kosi grew up in Kumba, so he's doing a show like back home, like coming back home show that he's using, like performing with some of his colleagues and to pay homage to Kumba, because that's where he was raised, you know. He grew up in Kumba, and he has some of his friends like TZ. I believe TZ is performing on that show. Big G is a part of it, and I think Skiddy Boy, I don't know, I think I'll still have to go back and watch or look at the flyer, you know, to determine or to know what's happening, okay, who is performing there. So that show is supposed to take place in Kumba, which is in the southwest region of Cameroon, and Naira Marley's show is supposed to take place in Boya, which is in the southwest region of Cameroon. So, you know, fans, you know, blogs, they came up with conspiracy theory like Kosi is trying to boycott Naira Marley's show by creating his own event in Kumba, okay, that will make guys go to Kumba instead of Naira Marley show. That he's trying to prove that Cameroon artists can pull the same crowd for less than what Naira Marley is about to pull, you know. So that thing got to the promoter's mind, and Nabil got offended by it because fans came up with a boycott Nabil hashtag. Those were fans who came up with all the shit. Kosi never said that, okay? So fans came up with it, and Kosi went online first. Kosi went online and said guys should stop comparing his show to that of Naira Marley, and they should stop trying to link his show with that of Naira Marley, that they have nothing in common. He wasn't thinking about the Naira Marley show when he did it, because he comes from Kumba, and Kumba has gone through a lot. So this is his own way of giving, because he's an artist, okay? All he has is his voice. This is his own way of giving back to Kumba. So when he said that, he got agitated, like he was talking out of passion, you know, kept talking, because most of us always get into that vibe, you know, when you're talking out of passion, when you're angry, you keep talking, and you get to a point where you flip out, you know. He was just talking and went to the point where we Cameroonians value the opinion of Westerners more than the way we value ours, you know. So he got to that point where he was angry and said, when Davido was asked if he knew any other artists in Cameroon, and he said he knew just you and somebody else, and you open your dirty teeth like this 32, like you open your dirty 32 and you were laughing. You didn't laugh at your stupidity.
I don't know now when I put up front end and very stupid. You did it, you did laugh. Because say some man can talk say for inside your country, you know now only you one. And some other person, is sweet you. For you for stand for the tell them and say no bro. For inside here, we get talented people. We get talented artists them. Watch their videos, check their YouTube. Their name na this, their name na this, their name na this. Not be only me one. You did it, you laugh. Open your 32 dirty teeth. You laugh. You laugh with it. You did laugh your stupidity.
La vida l'homme noir. So you did laugh at your stupidity, you know? He was angry, he was mad, okay? He was annoyed. You know? And when he said that, the person in that video was Nabil, okay? Nabil was the guy recording, and he asked that question, that which artist do you know in Cameroon? For most guys who haven't watched the video, Nabil asked, wait, you said you know only Stanley Enow and Samuel Eto'o. You don't you know me? And Davido clarified, no, now you're not family, you be my brother. He was asking about artists.
I said the only people I know for Cameroon are Eto'o, Stanley.
the rest now.
I know now few before that. I don't know the rest.
Because Nabil knew, Davido and Nabil knew themselves way back when Nabil was still in Belgium. You know, they had a show in Belgium, like he brought Davido to Belgium and all that, you know, they performed together and all this promotion kind of thing, you know. So they knew themselves way back. So when Kosi was saying all that, he was talking about a person in the video, okay, and saying no. For an artist to come to a country, I don't know any other artist, and he's bragging and you're laughing that they don't know anybody in the country because they know you, That's stupid because it's disrespectful and offensive. You're even supposed to be mad that, because what Kosi said is a fact. If you go to Nigeria and they ask you which artists in Nigeria do you enjoy and you say you don't know any, you will be burned. Okay? You will be slammed, you'll be shamed. The fans will get there and maybe your show will be empty. So Kosi had a point with what he said. Okay? Because even when this guy, I don't even know his name anymore. This guy said, "Oh yeah, Sheikh buddy, make it salam." Oh. When he came to Cameroon, they asked him, he started calling like, yeah, he's part Cameroonian and all that, like trying to relate, like appease the line where he's at that moment, like trying to appeal to them. Okay? So it's very disrespectful when somebody come to your country and said, you know what, I don't know anybody here. I believe I'm the only, like I'm the most famous person in this country. Because when you say that, that's what it means. It means you are the most famous person in that country. If you don't know anybody, it means there's nobody in that country doing what you do. And without you, those fans or everybody in that country has nobody which they are listening to. That's my own interpretation of it. Okay? So Kosi had a point, like saying you cannot go to a country and say you know nobody there. Like what? What the? That's disrespect. So you're even supposed to, they even made a point like you were even supposed to, when they ask that question, you recording, you cut the thing off and you say, you educate him and tell him to call some artists, tell him like some artists, then you start recording again for him to at least say some names, okay, like his PR, you know. So when Kosi said all that and said you are laughing, you're like, you were supposed to be ashamed that he knows nobody in your country, and instead of you educating him on the guys in your country, you're laughing. Like that was disrespectful, okay. That was aimed at Nabil. But the media twisted it and said Stanley Enow because he said no you and somebody else. Okay? Samuel Eto'o is not an artist. When he said two artists, when Kosi said all those things, those were two artists. That would be Nabil. Nabil's an artist for you guys, I don't know. Nabil's an artist who transitioned into a media personnel. So Nabil and Stanley Enow. So when he said he knew you and somebody else, he never knew Stanley Enow was in the video. So he was talking about a person recording the video at that moment, who was Nabil. Okay? And that's disrespectful because Kosi has been to Nabil's show, you know. So Nabil now came online and said disrespect, that Kosi disrespected him. And for most guys who keep saying about him kissing Davido's ass and laughing when he's supposed to be ashamed, he played a clip of the interview that he never aired, that he was trying to tell Davido some of the artists, like he was trying to put Davido onto some artists, and Davido was trying to call Dynasty Lotico and he said Dynasty. So he played that clip and was trying to expose, like explain everything happening, you know. And
yeah. Una here. So y'all keep running your mouths and talking about stuff.
Yeah, and he said he has made more money with Davido than he has made with so many artists in Cameroon, like with most artists in Cameroon. He said that's a fact because he has known Davido for so long. You know, when he was in Belgium, he knew Davido there. You know, so yeah, that was said and clarified. So when Nabil came on, Nabil knew that thing was addressed at him, like that thing what Kosi said was aimed at him. You know, when he addressed that, fans still stuck with Stanley Enow and Kosi. The reason these guys stick with Stanley Enow and Kosi is simply because Stanley Enow is a more renowned name, is popular than Nabil, and he'll make for a great beef. And his name paired with Kosi's name, like the #1 guy in the country at the moment, that will bring traffic and will create buzz. I believe that's why everybody's running with Kosi and Stanley Enow. Even Stanley Enow hasn't said shit about everything happening, about what is going on right now. But most fans keep making it all about Kosi and Stanley Enow. So Kosi had to go online and address it, that what he said had nothing to do with Stanley Enow. That he did not even know Stanley Enow was in the clip. There was somebody who played the clip again, because there are two clips, okay? There's one with just Nabil in it, and there's one with Stanley Enow and Davido in it. So I don't know which one Kosi saw at first. I believe he saw the one with Nabil in it the first time. Then the second one with the video and Stanley Enow, when he knew Stanley Enow was in the video. I don't know if it is the same scenario or the same event. For you guys, I don't know. Or Kosi, there are two of those videos. Maybe you may think it's just one, but there are two of those videos. Okay, there's one with just Nabil and there's one with Stanley Enow. I don't know if the guy recording it was Nabil, because he said some guys made him realize that the guy recording it was still Nabil, which means Nabil is on both clips. So he tried to clarify and said if he had a problem with Stanley, he'll just call him because he has his number. He'll just call him and they squash it and they address it there and then and get it over with. So yeah, so Nabil also went online and was explaining the problem with Cameroon, like negative, like Cameroon is the most negative country. I'm a Cameroonian, okay, and I'm saying it. Cameroon is the most negative country I've experienced in my life. Guys try to justify what you achieve in a negative sense. When you're rich, they try to attribute it to something negative. If they can't find anything negative to attribute it with, they hate on what you have. If they realize that if anything they do will benefit you positively, even if they will benefit from it, but if they realize that you too will benefit from it, they choose to let both parties lose. Cameroon is sick. It's my country, I come from it, and I know how we operate. Like, we are negative, up to the point where Naira Marley said he will be coming to teach us how to love. That's the one that annoyed Kosi the most. Like, yeah, we don't know if for love, something that person can teach me how for love. So my own take on it is both of them have a point. Naira Marley grew up in the UK, but he succeeded in penetrating his home country and Africa as a whole, which means Naira Marley knows something most of us don't. He know the plugs, the gatekeepers. He's in contact with some of these guys, like networking. Okay, Nabi's whole point is he's trying to create Napster Niger, where he's trying to leverage, since he's in contact with Naira Marley, he wants to leverage that interaction to network and to gain access to all those means, like the contact, the gatekeepers, and how Naira Marley did it to penetrate Africa since he grew up in the UK. You know, forget about him singing in, I don't know if it is that's Yoruba or Igbo, because I'm not Nigerian, so I can't differentiate both of them, but he's singing in a native tongue. Okay, but he succeeded in penetrating Africa, which means he knows where to send his songs, he knows who to contact when he's releasing his song, he knows the distribution network. So Nabi, he's trying to use all that, link him with some Cameroon artists who are willing to pay, because that's whole networking, that's marketing, that's making money. He's leveraging what he has to make money. Okay, and I don't blame him for that. So he's trying to use that to get some Cameroon artists to get with Naira Marley, to network with him, to gain access to all those facilities Naira Marley has. Okay, so I get Nabil's point, and he's so advantageous for most Cameroonians, and that would be so amazing. That's Nabil's point. That's what he's trying to leverage. Okay, but the disrespectful part of it is when the media is the root and the fans are the root of all this problem, because they made it feel like Kosi is trying to disrupt what Nabil is building by organizing the show he has. Since TZ said he's bigger than, Kosi said the whole thing is Cameroonians, we hate ourselves, like we cannot support each other. Like when TZ Panchak said in the art department, Naira Marley can mess with him. Like he said, as a Cameroonian, you're supposed to stand by it, because trust me, in Nigeria will just stand by it. Trust me when I say this, okay? So that's everything. That's what Kosi, the point Kosi was trying to make, okay? So he said, yeah, when somebody says this kind of a thing, you guys say, oh, Naira Marley bad. Like, I've experienced it over here, like where I am right now. I've experienced all these things. Like Cameroonians, when you just try to mention a Nigerian artist and a Cameroon artist, they just feel like, God damn, fallacy, you're committing fallacy. I was a science student, but I had to study fallacy because our students were just trying to make us feel like they were above everybody, like they read a lot in the dormitory. So I had to read all those kind of stuff. So I read a lot. On Kosi's end, Kosi is doing something free because he understands what is happening in Cameroon. He believes things are tough in Cameroon. That's why he's organizing a free show. So guys are using the idea of a free show to think he's trying to boycott Naira Marley's show, which costs money. Both parties are trying to do something good, but the media is twisting up their words and is making them give them what they want. Like Kosi going live and ranting, that's exactly what the media wanted. That's what bloggers wanted. They wanted content, and he's giving them content. Nabil going online is giving them content too. The last post Nabil made was he's saying, you know what, he understands what is happening, that everybody is human, all of us have emotions, okay, but As an artist and as a businessman, you need to have a PR, somebody who keep that emotions in check. You can rant to them and with them, but going online should be prevented, like to expose like what Kosi said when he went online. Now he has gone online twice to justify the first thing he said. He wasn't supposed to go online in the first place, okay? His PR was supposed to just send out like a message saying, you know what, this thing has nothing to do with what Naira Marley is about to come and do in Cameroon and what these guys are organizing in Cameroon and all that. That's damage control. That's the job of a PR. Personal relation. Maintain the artist's personal relation with other artists and media personnel and business and brands to maintain it. Kosi also easily understand why he can easily get agitated, because when you're trying to do something from your pocket, something nobody is paying for, and everybody is trying to downplay it and trying to attribute it to something else, you feel disrespected. So understand why Kosi can feel bad. Understand why Kosi. But everybody in this whole thing, their minds and their heads and their hearts are in the right place, but the media, the fans are trying to make it something else because of content. That's just my own point. That's just my opinion, okay? So for everybody, all I'm saying is both of them have a point and their hearts are in the right place, and everything they are doing is for the good of the industry and the respective regions they are in and for the country. All of them are trying to do something good for the country. Kosi's on he's trying to say is, instead of giving all those artists like the huge amount of money you want to give them, split this money among A-list artists who can pull the same crowd. And I agree with Kosi, they can pull it. Look at what Malox did, look at what Tenor did, and Magasco did at the Palais de Sport. Local artists can do it, okay? But the inferiority complex in us Cameroonians make us feel like when you bring those guys, first of all, increase your stature as a promoter. You know, that's the first thing. It makes you look better than everybody else, like you're the shit, you're in contact with this person. You know, that's the inferiority complex with all of us. I've talked about that over and over, like over here. Cameroonian clubs, weddings, meetings, barbecues, they use Nigerian music a lot. And when you try to play a Cameroon song, they'll say, now which song that? Now which kind of song that? Even goes back to when TZ said that thing about him and Naira Marley, and a Cameroonian girl was like, where now Puji kind guy, it be way, it the first thing waiting. That's the whole thing, is inferiority complex. We feel inferior to everybody else in Africa, to every industry in Africa. We just feel like everything that comes from Cameroon cannot compare to them. It's just like, not pay eating them. That's a mindset, okay? And I just believe it'll take a lot of time for us to change it. But I just believe everybody involved in this thing was trying to do the best they can to help the industry move forward, to break the cycle, okay? So yeah, it's your boy Liby, and thank you for tuning in. If you watched me up to this point, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you haven't joined the WhatsApp group, the link is in the description below. Just click the link down there and join the WhatsApp group. There you can influence these conversations behind the scenes, same as I think I have to end it here for today. So thank you for watching. It's your boy Liby, and I'm out.